So this week's vlog is going to be all about memory. I guess there are two types of memory. The ability to remember the things that we need to know and our own sort of personal experiences. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is personal experiences and how certain events in our lives can really have an impact on us so that we can remember them for years to come. I myself have this weird ability actually to remember events from way back in my childhood that a lot of other people wouldn't necessarily remember. For example, my earliest memory is from when I was about 18 months, 2 years old. Actually, I was 18 months old. There you go, I can get it exact for you. And what it was, I can remember having my first professional photo taken. Now, I could just say to you, oh, I remember what I was wearing. But that would be cheating, because of course I know what I was wearing. There's the photo to prove it. So what I can tell you about that photo is I remember when it was taken and where it was taken. I remember being taken in that lovely little dress to Woolworths in Winchester. Now that doesn't even exist anymore, but if I was to take you out onto the street I would be able to show you exactly where it was. It was on St George's Street in Winchester. There are other things that stick in my mind as well, like, for example, when I was at preschool, I remember playing with another little girl, and we were running up and down the length of the parish hall. Now, the parish hall doesn't even exist anymore, but I can tell you that there was a wood floor and a wooden stage and big blue curtains up the side of the stage, and it was always quite dark in there. And I remember the smell of the place, the toilets, everything. But on this one particular occasion, me and this little girl, we were running up and down the length of the hall and we were pretending we were on these massive swings. And that was entertainment. Another thing I remember from my time at preschool is wearing this yellow tracksuit, because back in the early 90s we were all really cool and we all wore tracksuits. Oh yes. And because I had a yellow tracksuit and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles t-shirt, I was the only girl that was allowed to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There were 20 turtles, and we used to make these pizzas that were like 2 meters wide, invisible pizzas, and we'd go off and fight the bad guy, but if the pizzas were ready, we would have to go back and eat them, obviously, because you don't waste your pizza. So yeah, basically, that's what I remember, some of my earliest memories. But there are certain things that can always have an impact on your mind, so it might be the memory of your first kiss, or the memory of your first pet dying. Sad one, sorry. So it could be anything that's had this massive impact on your life that's really stuck in your brain for a long period of time. Okay, so there are other things as well that can impact on sort of the collective global memory. For example, who remembers the terrorist attacks on September the 11th, 2001? I do. Do you remember exactly what you were doing when you found out? I do. I was 14 years old and I was in my history GCSE class when the attacks actually took place. So we didn't know about it at first. In fact, it wasn't until I got home from school, and it had already been on the news for probably just over an hour at this point. And I remember watching the towers fall down, and I remember watching the repeat footage of the planes going into the towers. But what I can tell you is what I did that night. I remember not eating my dinner. Now, this is probably the first time in history. But I can tell you exactly what we had for dinner that night. We had sausage, fried egg, chips, beans and bacon. And I didn't eat any of it. Yes, internet, I didn't eat the bacon. So, I can remember that. Other things I remember is going up into my room and putting on Radio 1, and they weren't doing sort of normal radio stuff at the time. It was when Chris Moyles was on in the afternoons. But one song that I do remember being on that kind of creeped me out a little bit at the time was the song Two Spirits. I don't know if anybody actually knows that. It was a kind of supposed to be chill out dance tune, but in light of what was going on it just seemed really creepy. But I remember that being played to death, bad choice of words, on Radio 1 at the time. So yeah, these are the sorts of things that can stick in your mind, so you can have the memory of the actual event happening, but then you can associate other events in your own life with that period of time, because it just sticks. That whole day was just so vivid, it just sticks in your memory. So yeah, this is something that probably I will remember for the rest of my life, but you've probably got your own memories of that particular terrible event. So I've got this mad ability to remember pretty much anything from my own life, except for anything that's really useful. For the strangest reason, I really, really, really struggle trying to remember things like a number. I literally can have seen a number, it can be like 4 digits long, written down a second ago, and I think, yep, I'm going to remember that, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, easy, I'll remember that. And I'll go to type it, or write it, or remember it just a split second later, and it is gone. Goldfish have got nothing on me, seriously. But there are ways that you can remember things, actually, and I've looked into a few of them, and got them on my trusty pad here, so that I could remember them, you see. So, the first one I found is mnemonics. This is basically a little phrase or a little rhyme that helps you to remember something. So you might have heard of the phrase, of the little rhyme, 30 days has September, April, June and November. All the rest of 31 except for February, which is 28. So that's a little rhyme, and that would help you to remember the days of the, you know, how many days are in each month, for example. Another way you can remember things is to use pleasant images. So it might be your favourite place to go. You might have a happy place, somewhere that you like to go to every now and again. It could be the beach, for example. Let's just say it's the beach. And you've got something you need to remember. So what you can do is associate the thing you need to remember with that pleasant image. So then you remember the place and you remember the thing you need to remember as well. Other things are, we have 5 senses. People think that they can only remember using sight, seeing something written down, seeing an image of something. Actually, you can remember things by associating a certain sound or taste or touch. You know, they all come into play. It doesn't just have to be your sight. It can be anything. I mean, how many times have you smelt something and it's taken you right back to a memory from your childhood, say a perfume or something? So absolutely anything can help with your memory and help you to remember things. It's all by association. There is another system that can work as well. And I looked into this, and it's called the Journey system. Sounds far more impressive than it probably is, but bear with me. So take what you need to remember. So let's say, for example, you have a doctor's appointment. It's next Tuesday at 10:30. You need to plan a route, and you associate something with each area of that route. So let's take your house. You start off in your living room, and your doctors come round for a nice cup of tea. Could happen, right? So you start there, you see your doctor. Then you move into your kitchen, and on your kitchen, on the fridge, the magnets spell out Tuesday. Then you go upstairs to your bedroom and you look at your clock, and the time on the clock says 10:30. So when you need to remember when your doctor's appointment is, you relive that journey and you go from room to room. So you start off in your living room, you see your doctor, you go into your kitchen, you see the word Tuesday, you go up to your bedroom, you see the time 10:30, and that's how you remember, by following the step-by-step process of this journey. Now, it can be as long-winded and convoluted as you like, but it will help. So long as you can have this planned out journey, you will remember what you need to remember. And that is memory. So just a quick catch-up on what I've been doing. Last week's vlog, I suppose, was also about memories. Happy memories, yay! I saw my absolute favourite band in the whole world, Deadly Waiting. I managed to see them twice, actually, and on the second occasion they were playing with the equally wonderful Ashes to Angels. And I've got some amazing footage. In fact, I'm going to put the links, if you haven't seen the videos, why not? I'm going to put the links to the 3 videos in the description below, and at the end I'm going to have a nice credit page with click-through links on there, so you can just have a look at the videos if you'd like to. I have my crazy idea to give Lucas a superhero cape. He has banged on about it on Twitter so many times that I thought it would be a really nice thing to do, because it was his birthday last month, so it was kind of a belated birthday present thing. I had my own personal reasons for doing it as well, which I will not go into, because confidentiality and all that jazz. But yes, it went down an absolute storm, and as a result, I was declared, well, I'll show you, I won't say it, because I'm too nice, and even he managed to edit this. I bought this. This is absolutely fantastic. If you don't get a chance to get to a show, it's going to be available online soon. This is their comic. This is chapter 1, The Girl. And inside this particular comic, I managed to get 3 of them to sign it. I don't know what happened to Steve and Ben at that time, but yeah, that was the Luke's sort of judgment on me for the whole weekend. So that was really, really nice. that was a really personal message as well. He'd not done that for anybody else, not written anything like that in anybody else's comics, and I kind of, yeah, basically that's, the whole thing's personal to me. Even the thing from Tom was personal to me as well, so that was really, really nice. Also, like I say, got an amazing video of Ashes to Angels doing the Gartland Theory, one of my absolute favourite songs, so I'm going to make that my song of the week. I also want to say it's really, really sad that Davey's gone and left them in the lurch. I know they're currently on the search for a new guitarist. You've got to be 18 years or older. I suppose preferably living in the Bristol area because that's where they're based. So if you fancy that, then check out their Facebook page. I'll put links below as well. And hey, give them a shot, see what you think. They're an amazing band. They deserve to be given a chance, to be fair. So yeah, my thoughts are with them. So they work bloody hard, amazing guys. Yeah, so what's coming up for me? Well, in March I've got I'm going to go and see Yashin in Bournemouth, and they're being supported, their main support, by Fearless Vampire Killers. Yay! So there's going to be another Fearless Vampire Killers based video, I'm afraid. Sorry if you're getting fed up with that, but that's the way it goes. It's Deadly Waiting and Fearless Vampire Killers all the way with me. So look out for that, and then I'm going to go and see Fearless Vampire Killers when they headline in Brighton in April. So again, there'll be another one of those. So this is all more good memories, really. I'll have to think of something in the meantime to do as a vlog. So if you've got any ideas of anything you'd like me to vlog about, then let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. So until next time, or never, bye!
Vagrant